And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Here's Jokic. The pass to Murray. There's Gordon with the three. Rebound by Nurkic. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. For three, Covington hits it from three-point range.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Murray kicks to Porter. Back to Murray. Pass to Barton. Nurkic against Jokic. Clock at 6. Shoots over Nurkic. That shot misses. Now Portland takes it the other way. Fires from the wing. McCollum, no good.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Porter passes to Jokic. The kick out to Porter. Jokic trying to free himself up. A second chance effort.
6'10", 250 pounds. It's a big man out there, and he uses his size to draw the contact there. Nice job by Jokic.
Playmaking of Jokic, so incredible. Creating this inverted offense. Bones, for your money, does it matter what position your best playmaker occupies?
I don't think so. And Jokic might be the secret sauce to that, and proving that from the center position, much like Arvydas Sabonis and Vlade Divac before him, can impact and also frustrate opposing defenses because you can't stop the center from making these kind of plays.
First one falls for him.
And Jokic carrying that standard for a superstar big man. For your money, though, Bones, is he the best true center in the game?
I don't think he's a true center in the sense, GA, that you can't really go down to the post and have him create his own offense by scoring the basketball. Of course, he's going to create plays for his teammates. I still think AD holds that title right now. A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Porter with the steal. And now Porter pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Jokic with the bucket.
And off the schneid here, 1 of 5, but that's a big one.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic. Lillard with it. McCollum finds Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. McCollum against Barton. Barton with some nice D.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
In the corner, Powell with it. Nurkic trying to get open. The shot by Powell, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Think about the 40th pick back in 2012. Will Barton languished on the bench in Portland for his first 2 seasons. Actually 2.5. And then that trade to Denver, boy, that jump-started everything.
And with the Nuggets, Barton becoming an immediate contributor. And Brent, in recent seasons, their starter at the small forward.
Yeah, he's an interesting player. He's a slender and slightly built player, but excellent at getting out there and rebounding, a tremendous runner, at the wing position to play in transition. And that wingspan certainly helps out on a lot of plays, both offensively and defensively.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a forward general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch, I agree. Portland trailing here. It's Powell on the wing. 1:52 left in the first. Here's Nurkic. Second shot opportunity. And it's Denver with the rebound. Here's Porter. And he banks in the layup.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. To the inside. Anthony. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
For the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. .116 left to play here in the first. And here is Morris. To the middle. Here's Millsap. It's deflected.
That's good footwork from the big man as Kanter aware defensively to get to that one.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, easy call.
The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
Just get a feeling like Melo has brought some extra energy to this one. This guy eats, drinks, and breathes basketball, but he's at it here tonight.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Millsap. Out to Morris. A three-pointer off the mark.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
Here's Simons. McCollum outside. Over Morris. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The feed now to Green. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Cantor. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Denver's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Morris, no good. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Here's Cantor, and he makes good on the layup.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders. Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when asked about his future plans.
I know that when the main guy usually decides to move on, you know, that's kind of like a domino effect. It's like, all right, well, if he's leaving, this guy was closer to his age, we can let him go. It affects other people, and I care about guys personally, and, you know, I'm not ashamed of that. So for those reasons, I'm just like, man, you know, I just want to do it my way, and if it don't happen, I can live with that.
I think he's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, they've got Ennis Cantor, Anthony out there with Robert Covington. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1 spot. Portland leading by 3.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Morris against McCollum. Morris into the lane, and he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got his first points in this one. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. 3-point lead. Inside, here's Covington. Great D that time from Green.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Norman Powell comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Good ball movement here by the TRAILBLAZERs. Murray against Lillard. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Jokic inside, covered by Lillard, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut back down to 1 point on the basket from Jokic. Powell kicks to Lillard. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Good on the shot. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
That free throw good from Barton.
6'6", 175. That's one wily athlete. Will Barton, tough to guard, given his height and his speed.
Zach Collins checked in for the TRAILBLAZERs. Both free throws good from Barton. The TRAILBLAZERs have gone 4 of 6 in the field here in the second. Pass to Collins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Will Barton.
There's just so much activity from John Collins as a stretch 5 at times, hard to track around the floor.
And if you only look at the box score for Zach Collins, then you're missing the whole picture. He's a terrific defender.
I agree with you, GA. I think his scoring is going to come, but obviously they have potent guard play, and that's not much needed. What is needed is on the interior, him being active as a big man and defending around the rim. That is something that Zach Collins is capable of doing.
And the first one at the line is good. After a promising rookie campaign a lost year for Zach Collins, he played only 3 games before the injury took away the rest of his season.
Yeah, I mean, a strange year and a lost year for Collins. You could say that about the whole NBA for that regard. But Collins is underrated as a prospect outside of Portland. This team loves the energy and skill he brings to the table.
Zach Collins is aggressive and confident and waiting for his opportunity to show just how consistently good he can be in the NBA.
Now here's Gordon. He is still scoreless so far in this one. Barton kicks to Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Porter. And again, Denver, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Great look, but off the mark. Murray, no good. TRAILBLAZERs leading by 3. And that one's good. Lillard.
Top-notch ball handling skills. That's just one of the things separating Lillard from most other point guards.
Jokic high post. Murray outside to the inside. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. That's now 8 points for Jokic.
And boy, has he come alive. Since the start of the second quarter, he has been on fire.
Here's the pass to Nurkic. back to foul. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms. He wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. That's a 2 from Lillard, and it's Denver with the rebound. For 3, Murray, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for it. And that'll do it for the first half of competitive. Thanks, David, and we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. And that's a wrap.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Hey, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot and everything efficient?
So on the floor for Denver, we got Aaron Gordon. Jamal Murray is out there with Will Barton. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And with what we saw in the bubble, Murray has clearly elevated his game. Showed that he could be a #1 option on offense. I mean, his output was an incredible part of that run for the Nuggets.
Here's Murray after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Passes it to Jokic. Lets it go with a 3. It's all in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Covington. That ball. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Covington's got 9. You know, Greg, the further we went into the playoffs, the more Jamal Murray looked like a star.
I mean, Kevin, big shots in clutch situations, long, heavy minutes that, never wavered. A truly heroic performance from Murray all postseason.
Here's Gordon after the made shot from Robert Covington.
A constant threat around the rim. Gordon is an agile big who just throws it down with ease.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Cantor checked in for the Trailblazers. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Green is checked in for the Nuggets. Murray surveying the D. Bang! With the jam.
Man, didn't know he could get up like that.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Here's Simons. He's covered by Murray. And another turnover here by Portland. And the Nuggets making a change here. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. To the middle. Shots good by Green. Green's got the lead up to 4 now for the Nuggets.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain it.
Goes up on the high post. Goes back up. Gets it out to McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Pass to McCollum. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, we'll have to settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And Denver has possession after the Trailblazers pick up 2. Outside, Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Portland making a change here. Collins is checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Paul Millsap is checked in for Jokic. Rivers comes in for Portland. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And a switcher also for Denver. Gordon's checked in. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Gordon against Anthony. Pass to McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the three-point shot. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Morris into the lane. Basket counts. And the Nuggets lead by 3.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Now, here is Morris. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Millsap. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Another good look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Zach Collins. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Will Barton, he's checked in for the Nuggets.
And defensively, they've gotten a little careless, not playing with the same focus we saw in the first.
Trailblazers trail by 3.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
And both free throws good for Covington. 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Morris. He's got 6. To the paint. Here's Gordon.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown deep.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done,
it's Adam.
Might tell the story in this game. Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
The Trailblazers have gone even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8 just reset between the shot clock and game clock, and the basket by Lillard.
That's a nice shot from Damian Lillard. He feels like he can drain it just about anywhere and appreciates the fact that he's got that kind of range.
Out to Morris. Back to Gordon. Covington with the steal. 1 second left. Offline. It's all tied in Portland. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter, what is still anybody's ball game. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Trailblazers. Bringing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it is a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
and some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Jokic against Jokic.
Jokic against Jokic.
It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups.
Jokic against Jokic.
These two teams are really equal.
Portland's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Colin passes to Lillard. Off target from outside. Denver in the lead. Floats it up for Jokic. Stolen by McCollum. And now run up the court. Lillard pushing it up. And a dunk by Covington.
Head up, scanning the floor. Lillard makes a terrific feed. Great point guard play from him that time.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. He's very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end, like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He said they played well in certain areas, but the lack of detail to the defensive boards has allowed their opponent too many second-chance opportunities. And that, he said, is the difference in this game. Have to get busy on the glass, Kevin.
Here's Powell. Lays it up off the glass. Powell's got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
And Murray. Here we go. Gordon finds Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Poked away. Covington with the steal. And here's the fast break. Watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
The turnovers weren't a story for them early on, but that's changed. And now they're definitely having trouble keeping possession and momentum.
Simons, he's checked in for Portland. Now here's Barton. Jokic inside. And Jokic.
Jokic is doing things at that position that a lot of bigs just dream about.
Trailblazers leading by 3. And stolen by Barton. Powell with the steal. And the call up against Jokic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets trail by 3. Out to Morris. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Portland's gone 1-2 from three-point range here in the fourth. The pass to Simons. Back to Powell. McCollum against Rivers.
Well, if you go to Lehigh, of course, you're going to make smart plays. McCollum good at sensing when his man was going to be wide open.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Robert Covington.
Yeah, this percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he had.
Rivers with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Pass it to Russell. Morris outside. Feeds to McGee. Shot clock at 5. Denver needs to get off the shot. Dozier can't get it to go. Trailblazers leading by 3. Covington inside the line. They'll get another chance. Yep, that one goes in there.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Denver calls timeout. They trail by 5. 1:24 left to play here in the fourth. Lillard checked in for Portland. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Barton dishes to Murray. Down low, Jokic with the steal. Oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The pass breaks in. McCollum finds Covington, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
A split-second late, but almost came up with the steal.
Real close, and I'm sure next time he might time that a little bit better and get a handle.
Now, here's Lillard. McCollum outside. It is good.
When you give CJ that kind of shot, he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
I'm not sure they got enough time to save themselves.
Looking unlikely right here. That time ticking away.
And once they smell blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Now, here's Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Don't confuse being slow with not having mobility. Jokic remains a threat to drive.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Giles checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Ande Hollis-Jefferson comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Norman Powell. And Simons in for McCollum. Here's Lillard. From deep three-point range, he is held in by Jokic.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
Yeah, just using those long strides to just kind of knife through the teeth of the defense. Porter daring them to hit him on that one.
And Porter drops them both. There's 18 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one. That increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Now the lead getting safer and safer as these free throws from the stripe go in.
Murray with it. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up, David, back to his own. And that'll wrap it up, folks. And instead of just swinging the ball around the perimeter, Clark, both these teams like to run offense through the post.
And I love that, Kevin. We don't see it very often, but you're right. Both of these teams emphatic about getting the ball inside, putting pressure on the defense by driving it inside or passing it into the post. And it allows both of them to play a very high-quality inside-out game.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Gordon. Then it's Will Barton. Then there's Jamal Murray. And it's Jokic in at center.
Yeah, Murray is clearly a shoot-first guy who can really fill it up. This is a big-time bucket getter.
Powell for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Well, you don't see bigs with Jokic's skill level very often. His athleticism, very average, but he still can throw it down if he has to.
And Murray, here we go. And it's Murray with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to speak with Terry Stotts for a minute. He spoke about the unique challenges that Nikola Jokic can present. Coach said, we aren't used to dealing with a center that can create like Jokic. Sometimes we'll have to improvise on defense to keep up with him. They know how creative the Joker can be. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now here's Murray. He's got 5. On the wing, Porter. Guarded by Powell. Out of bounds, Portland's its possession.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instinct, which you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he can take him to another level for sure.
Now here's Porter, following the missed shot by Nurkic, and finished off by Porter.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's McCollum. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by, the shot by Powell, no good.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
And Porter, here we go.
Well, when you've got Porter's length, this is what you can do. It makes it easy to get to the rim for the throwdown.
The Trailblazers have gone 0-5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets with some changes. Millsap comes in for Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. If you're just tuning in, we play about 2.5 minutes here in the first. That's a 2 from Powell. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
The drive by Jokic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Damian Lillard.
You know, he's underrated in his mobility. Jokic can be a handful on the drop.
A self-described country boy from the town of Samba, Serbia. Jokic grew up racing horses, no less.
Boy, those are some nice factoids. Very well done. From stable boy and jockey, but as he grew, basketball made the most sense. And to this day, he still loves horses and actually still has a few back in Serbia.
And Portland has possession. It's McCollum on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Pass to Rivers. Tipped away. Jokic kicks to Rivers. Here's Morris. And he's off on his first shot of the game.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
1:31 left here in the opening quarter. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Puts one up from 19. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. McCollum's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Portland. Jokic high post. Jokic draws the double. 1:05 left to play in the first. It's a hand on it.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Here's Cantor. And he pops in the layup off the glass.
And usually amongst the leaders in their offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now, here is Morris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Simons, defended by Gordon. Lets it go from deep. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. The Nuggets leading by 9. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. The drive by Jokic. Morris inside. McCollum against Rivers. 5 to shoot. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns.
And so it's Denver. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And the team seems to support Greg that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Nuggets, we've got Paul Millsap. Michael Porter's out there with Jermichael Green. And it's Rivers, Campazzo. One up, one down.
Campazzo
With his first shot this game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard outside. On deep. They get the rebound. On the pass to Simon. Off target with his 3. And here are the Nuggets now. And Porter, here we go. And finished off by Porter.
And once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That is his first foul of the game. Breaker, the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good origin, a good point guard, a good facility.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader because that's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters, but ultimately your teammates got to feel like you played for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like this, correct?
No, that's not true. I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural, others like myself had to evolve into it.
To the wing on the left. Murray against Powell. Green slams it in.
Wheeling and dealing in the pick and roll. Murray, an encouraging sign of him improving as a passer.
The Trailblazers trail by 11.
Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Covington finds Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. To the paint, Nurkic with the steal. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament with more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right, thank you. Collins checked in for Portland.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Portland. They trail by 9 points.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment And it's paid off.
And finished off by Portland.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And stolen by Barton. Jokic on top. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jokic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Nuggets.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. If there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. From deep three-point range, and it's Lillard again missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure a little bit. We'll see if he can regroup and get back into a better rhythm.
Whistle blows, bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. So it'll be C.J. McCollum shooting. That one on Porter. Cantor checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. And McCollum on the floor, all business off the court. He's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Covington with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Pass to Murray. Floats it up for Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Some incredible work in this one by Nikola Jokic. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. He didn't perform. And that's going to do it for us here.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Guys, he's been in beast mode down low.
Beast mode.
The defense has been helpless,
Let's
unable
go.
to slow him down.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. He bangs that one off the back iron and down it falls.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The drive by Jokic. Rebound by Nurkic.
And you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And here's McCollum for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Nurkic with the steal. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And no stopping Lillard. Excellent at staying in control no matter what the D throws at him.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Greg, I know you played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said is you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. If those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You've got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
The the drive by Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
I am very impressed with the poise Jokic has shown tonight. He's been unflappable no matter what they've thrown at him.
Here's Lillard. 7 points in the game. High post shot. Here's Nurkic. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. For the Trailblazers, Collins checked in for Robert Covington, and Anthony subbed in for Norman Powell. Denver leading by 13. Passes it to McGee. Now Rivers. Back to McGee. Nurkic with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's McCollum. And McCollum with the slam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throw again? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Trailblazers have gone 4-7 to get things
Nice
started in the second half.
Slam that. Yep.
Whistle blows.
Nice one.
So a chance here for a 3-point play.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Simons, he's checked in for Zach Collins. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his second basket of the game.
Sabi ng
Give
pasa.
him an inch of space.
It's your show, McGee.
Slam dunk by McGee.
That's
You know,
your
all
shot.
he needs, guys, is good positioning. Once he has that, dunking the ball is elementary.
Trailblazers trail by 16.
Steal.
Inside. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Anthony's got 6.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Morris into the lane. Pass to Rivers. Throws it up high.
Ah!
Dunk by McGee.
Sabi na ako, bigyan na shot.
Center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
1:32 left to play in the third.
Steal.
Rivers against McCollum. A floater. Here's Simon. His 3-pointers off the mark. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. On the wing, Morris. To the inside.
Ah!
Dunk by McGee.
I like the fact that McGee not just going through the motions here. I mean, setting a good solid screen, timing his roll perfectly. That's basketball 101 there.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Trailblazers making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Anthony with it. Guarded now by Morris. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there. Never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Robert Covington's checked in for Portland. Both shots good from the stripe.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Jokic.
And your face.
Well, you got to do more than that.
And your face, man.
He is a master at converting through tough defense.
Trailblazers trail by 18.
Yeah.
Portland shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
Naong is animal.
They made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency is, you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Jokic with the bucket.
You know, it's evident that Jokic is comfortable operating close to the rim. He's outstanding with his shot selection.
The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And yes, it's good. McCollum's got 11.
Yeah, he's been hooping, but the rest of the team, not so much.
Campazzo, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nuggets ahead, up by 16. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so here's Denver. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. We've got Jermichael Green. Bill Barton is out there with Murray. And
sa ilaw magaling pa yun.
And it's Porter at the 3.
Pwede magaling dos 3.
Anthony against Jokic. Now the pass to Pop. From deep. That one misses. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Martin with it. And the whistle blows in the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Look at the turnover situation, guys. It's not been that bad. Just a handful, and when you take care of the ball like that, that can help you build a lead.
Here's Simons. He's covered by Murray. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. McCollum against Barton. Floats it up for Murray. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but that's in anticipation there to stop. Powell on the top by Powell.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, beautiful one.
Yawadol kayo.
And mark that one down right there. It's going to be a long time until we see him miss another one like that.
The Nuggets leading by 12. Murray left side, takes a 3. The Nuggets with another miss. And Simons, he's got the ball here for Portland. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Covington with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Damian Lillard checked in for Bernie Simon. And a switcher also for Denver. Gordon's checked in. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. His point to them was that they put themselves in a position to succeed and that this is their game to lose. He needs to see full concentration out of every guy on the court to finish this one off. Kevin?
And if you're drawing up your starting 5 for team irrational confidence, Jamal Murray is a strong case. This guy is fearless.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Jokic finds Murray. Back to Jokic. Shot clock at 6.
Nice one!
To Murray. Murray's got 6 assists now in the game. And Murray, we know, can be streaky great. Still mid 30% for his career from three-point range.
Of course, the degree of difficulty pretty high on a lot of his shots. Off the bounce with a hand in his face. And he's more than a shooter, a versatile scorer who can get it done in a variety of ways.
Bangga.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Pass to Lillard. Outside, Covington. Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and finish off.
In your face.
Lillard has been so good at finding the open man, puts a lot of zip on his passes, and he knows he's responsible for getting his teammates the ball.
Curry kicks to Jokic. Another miss by Jokic. Portland's been off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the basket by McCollum.
Potent with and without the ball, McCollum is a tremendous spot-up shooter.
Here's
All right.
Curry with the jam.
Showtime.
Those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now timeout called by Portland. They're trailing by 13. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. And his teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions. And boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display.
Showtime.
Out the noise now.
Showtime.
This crowd is pretty special.
And relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Nuggets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Jokic.
Boy, he was absolutely relentless at the offensive end.
Showtime.
And went for it.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Lillard and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Barton drives in, stolen by McCollum.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
For Murray. McCollum, no good. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
Well, I tell you what, Murray is quite skilled at drawing these types of fouls. He loves getting himself to the line.
He's perfect from the line this time. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Simons. Off target. So it's the Nuggets winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And Portland starts out with the ball. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Jamal Murray. Porter is out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Barton in at the shooting guard position. McCollum, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Barton trying to get open. And that one's good by Porter.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Terry Stotts for a minute. He told me one thing they can't lose sight of is Nikola Jokic's skill as a passer. He said it's easy to forget how good a distributor he is. Give him passing lanes, you wouldn't give him other bigs. We can't overplay him and let him create easy baskets. Kevin, he knows they will have to be on their toes, both on strong and weak side, against Jokic. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
And Jusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic. Hey, bro, he had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. He was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he used clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing.
And here is Murray after Damian Lillard was able to get the three to go. Here's Jokic. Again, the Nuggets score.
Nice touch on the jump shot. Jokic's shooting ability changes his team's definition of spacing.
Lillard scanning the floor. Float loose. Stolen by Gordon. Here's Porter. Jokic high post. Rebounded by McCollum.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Lillard left side. Oh, good with the triple. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. McCollum against Porter. Pass to Jokic. The fader knocks it loose. Now Nurkic. Covington passes to McCollum. And here's Nurkic. Foul for 3. Hits the three-point bomb. It seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the most subtle moves that make the biggest difference.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Jusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for Jokic. JaMychal Green comes in for Michael Porter. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Murray.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
McCollum passes to Simons. Back to McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here is Morris. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Nuggets shooting their first free throw this game. Free throw good for Morris. Here's Simons. the middle. Here's McCollum, and he lays it straight in.
Always good to see solid interior work by McCollum. I mean, he might earn himself some extra space on his outside jumpers when he gets inside points like this.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
84%. That's what he was able to convert on a season ago from the line.
Free throw good for Morris. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Pass to Collins. The dish to McCollum. Here's the teardrop. Green with the block. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Morris against McCollum. And the wide open shot from Green. Plenty of room to knock down the shot.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
Morris against McCollum. Collins. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
And offensive rebounding is about commitment. There you see Collins showing plenty of it to grab the board.
Morris with the ball. On the wing, Green. Campazzo. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Nuggets lead by 1. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Now, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership skills.
I think it comes from being in a big family. You know, as a kid, I would go to my grandmother's house, and I had a bunch of older cousins, a few younger cousins, boys and girls, and we had to make sure everybody ate. We had to make sure everybody was comfortable, everybody felt safe.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need it.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And the Nuggets guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Well, credit the coaches. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and did
you see that? There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. He looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Collins. Powell, he's checked in for McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons.
One shot.
That's good from Anthony.
And with Melo not having to bear so much of the scoring load, I think it was good for him.
Yeah, especially since he took about a year off from playing. Melo has to take a long look in the mirror about how he can help teams win during his absence. He clearly has something left to offer.
Now here's Murray. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go from the high post. Murray's got his second bucket.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
It's a seesaw battle. Both teams are pretty evenly matched, and the score reflects that.
Powell for 3. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Powell's got 6 points.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
Murray against Lillard. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Tries again, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And there's the call, Portland the foul.
And not easy defending Jokic. His height puts the defense in a tight spot, and they just slipped up there.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Porter passes to Jokic. Outside for Murray. Shoots over Lillard, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Martin outside. The pass to Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? You think of the great skilled European big man. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And for Jokic, a slow start to last season, came in heavy, lost over 20 pounds as he played his way into shape, and boy, did he come on strong down the stretch.
So he gets them both. Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is never going to be the most explosive athlete, but some have questioned his conditioning, even his motor. What do you see?
I mean, the crazy thing is, even with those questions, he regularly puts up box scores we haven't seen in half a century. But to win it all, you've got to leave no stone unturned, and I think for a young player, he's got to make more of a commitment to his body, and I think we will see that in time.
So it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Passes it to Lillard. And here is Powell. He has 6. Back to Lillard from outside the arc. It's hauled in by Jokic.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Wide open look here for Murray, and he's good on the 3 ball. Murray's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You got to love whenever Murray goes straight up with the jump shot off the pass. He's so good at reading the defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
You know, that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Zach Collins comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Denver also making some changes. Green, he's checked in for Porter. Rivers comes in for Will Barton. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now here's McCollum. Off target from three-point range. Rivers looking over the floor. 1:03 left to play here in the half. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile one block?
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
The Nuggets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Finally, he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
And 1:01 left in the first half. 5 on the clock. Morris with the bucket. Morris has got the lead up to 5 now for Denver.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Simons, the pass to McCollum, over Rivers, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. McCollum's got 6.
Love the offensive game of McCollum. He can score from anywhere on the court.
Morris looking over the floor. Jokic finds Rivers. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Very pretty alley-oop layup. And it's now only a 1-point Denver lead.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Morris outside. But they recover it. There's the 3. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Nuggets ahead, leading by just 1. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said, there's really nothing he can't do other than jump. How about that, Jamal Murray?
That's a good one, but guess what? There's a lot of people that couldn't jump on great players. But nowadays, it's all about skills. Dribbling, shooting, definitely passing. The Joker does it all.
Is that the Joker? He loves to do this. But his playmaking stands out. That to me is what it is. You know, guys have been able to score for playmaking. What's that last game you said? Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You look at Monte Morris. He's been really playing well.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Porter, no luck. Portland trailing here. Shot from 12. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And Murray's got the ball here for the Denver Nuggets.
And last season, Lillard doing more playmaking than prior years, a career high in assists.
Well, we all know that James can score whenever he wants to. This team is better when he's setting others up. Lillard knows that. I expect him to continue to spread the ball around.
Lillard, the pass to Nurkic, and it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Now, here's Nurkic. Kicks it to Lillard. Over Murray. The shot, no good. And it's Denver the other way. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And it's Gordon. That time on the assist by Jokic. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
McCollum outside. Bangs on the trifecta. McCollum's got 9.
This is who McCollum is. Someone who's ready to fire as soon as the ball touches his hand.
Murray against Lillard. Murray dishes to Gordon. Back to Murray. Shoots over Lillard. Here's Jokic. And at last, they get one to fall. He's got 9.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Now a timeout called by Portland. they're making a change here. Anthony's checked in. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Jokic trying to free himself up, and it's sent back by Millsap. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Here's Lillard. Another shot.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
A nightly double-double threat. Jokic is also an exceptional playmaker for a guy that size.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Simons, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
To the paint. Anthony down low. He's covered by Murray. Anthony can't hit.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Porter. Here's Millsap. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Anthony. Over Murray. And a little buck that time, but it drops. Anthony's got 7 points in the game.
And the defense can only do so much when Anthony is locked in. There's nothing you can do to stop that guy.
Jokic. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Tells you a little something about their team. They've been able to pull in front despite his troubles tonight.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. It's going to be on Jamal Murray.
Now, you know, Anthony's getting more floor time last season. He worked his way into the Blazers rotation. He's still young, though. It seems like he could carve a roll out on his team.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Jokic. Austin Rivers comes in for Michael Porter. And Monte Morris subbed in for Murray.
And Simon's a bit undersized at that 2-guard position. Only 6'3", but a natural 2 with playmaking ability.
Ultimately, this team wants him to be a scoring threat off the bench. I mean, have him come in violent from outside. He's got a lot of work to get to that point.
Now here's Rivers. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And it's off from 3-point range. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from 3-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And it's Lillard missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
And the play succeeds because Millsap comes to the court hungry. He chases down boards and second chance opportunities.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 7. That's to Nurkic. Here's Simons. Millsap covering. Nurkic can't hit.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. Now get the whole team pumped up.
Morris with the ball. Now Covington defending. Bounce pass for Morris. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Rivers, and Anthony sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Trailblazers trail by 3. Now Lillard. To the left side wing. Portland, no good that time either. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nuggets lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Find the weakness in that defense.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter. Morris is out there with Will Barton. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Green in at the power forward position. Now, here is Morris. Here's Jokic. Nurkic with the block.
Defensive anchor. I don't admire how Nurkic uses it. His wingspan to turn shots.
Martin against McCollum. He feeds it to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. Clock at 6. And here's Anthony from the arc. Pass to Simon. Back to Nurkic. Kicks it out to McCollum. They double team McCollum. Here's Simon. From beyond the arc.
No ball at all. No ball at all.
About a minute play here in the fourth quarter. Robert Covington's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Murray's checked in for the Nuggets. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And you can tolerate gas like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in. Now here's Lillard. Looking to end his cold spell.
Cutting into that deficit now. Well within striking distance.
Yeah, just trying to keep the momentum now. And that's easier said than done.
Murray against Lillard. And it's Murray penetrating. Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Martin against McCollum. Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Here's Murray. And that one drops for him.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
McCollum against Barton. Here's the lob to Lillard. It's deflected and stolen by Murray. Jokic passes to Murray. From downtown. And rebounded by Covington. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. And McCollum with with the slam.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Denver calls timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
So that's what coaches are paid to do, right? I mean, curious to see what they go with here.
He has a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mike Malone had some words for his team during the break. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just tore them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
Back to Lillard. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
This is my house.
It's going to be on Jokic.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to ride to the end. Wrong guy to put on the line in the close game. You know he's not going to miss.
There's the pass to Barton. Inside.
Block.
With the block.
Block.
Jokic passes to Murray. Barton. And another shot. Jokic, no good.
This is my house.
TRAILBLAZERs leading by 3. There's a minute 40 left.
This is my house.
Once Lillard hits the ground running, he's ready to throw it down. The D has got to step in front of him to prevent that.
The Nuggets have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Come on, Dame. It's Dame time.
The second half. Huge.
It's Dame time.
Jokic comes through just beautiful.
It's Dame time.
There's Lillard.
It's Dame time.
Cashes in on the second chance points. Nurkic has got the lead up to 5 now for Portland.
Well, this is what you want from Nurkic. Fearless player who welcomes the chance to take important shots.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's foul number 2 for him. Murray with it. Pass to Jokic.
Oh, and what hustle on defense.
Okay.
Great at staying in place and ignoring the score.
And the
Bad pass.
nature of Murray making all the difference there. Doing everything he can to rally his team.
Here's Lillard. Score by Jamal Murray. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way.
My ball.
This is a
Dame time.
Possession.
And this is where all the hard work
Dame
pays off.
time.
You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Now here's McCollum.
It's Dame time.
Here's Lillard. Money.
It's Dame time.
Lillard's middle, time and time again. This guy comes through for his squad.
On offense, here are the Nuggets. Denver calls timeout. They're down by 5. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the game. Pass to Jokic. It drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Calm and collected in the game's biggest moments. You can rely on Jokic when you need a basket.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
In the corner, Powell with it. Pass to Nurkic.
Play out.
Stolen by Murray.
Ilugan.
And wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
The kick out to Barton.
Ay!
He's up from 3.
May gani
Here's McCollum. The big win by
Dale, kasihan.
That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finishes to continue to wait out until the very last moment to seal it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Last one.
And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. Now, here's Lillard. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Michael Porter's out there with Aaron Gordon. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then it's Will Barton. And it's Murray in at the 1.
And one thing that I don't think Damian Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Damian Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses or some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader he can get behind.
So it's Portland now. Denver getting their last shot to go. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
On offense, here are the Nuggets. Tries it from the top of the key. Murray, no good.
Indeed, giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And it's Lillard missing. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. Here's Murray. Porter in the corner. Gordon against Covington. From the top of the key. That's good on the jump shot. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the game.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Nuggets have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Stolen by McCollum. Down low, Jokic with the steal. Murray with it. The pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double to the inside. Barton, and Barton throws it down.
Well, Jokic with great anticipation there. One of his better qualities is a passing big.
Here's Lillard. The trade.
Banga,
by Jokic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Porter. Back to Jokic. To the paint. The kick out to Porter. Just 5 to shoot. There's Gordon with the 3. Here's Jokic. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, Jokic is big, Jokic is long, and he does a great job there of corralling that ball and taking advantage of his length.
And here's Powell. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. So how do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still, power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. A guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's a Portland showing it right now. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Jokic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for Lillard.
Good job attacking the rim right there from the big man, Collins.
Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Simons, covered by Morris. Collins passes to Cantor. Kicks it out to Collins. Anthony in the corner. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot.
That's easy.
This combination of power and finesse by Cantor.
Easy too.
Strong through contact.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. That sent it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Mike Malone. David?
Well, Kevin, look, he thinks their long-range shooting can make all the difference, not taking anything away from the defense they're going up against. He did say he'd be surprised if his guys didn't shoot a high percentage from outside. Pretty confident coach, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Always want to get those threes falling consistently. Rivers finds Morris. Outside Millsap. Gordon trying to break loose. The Nuggets with another miss. Portland leading. Anthony looking it over. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Melo can be deceptive and a bit shifty, so that's how he makes a nifty move and then gets inside to get the foul.
So Anthony nails both of them.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him, sending him back for three.
That's easy. Showtime.
Melo sees the space. Melo gets to the space, and Melo scores.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock to end the run. The Nuggets with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 5. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Morris against McCollum. Morris outside. Beat the clock. Got it! He got it!
Got it!
How you do? Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom!
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Right, there are areas of Jokic's game where he probably is the best in the world.
I can't think of a center with better floor vision or better passing ability. His positioning, his angles, his ability to use his size to maximize effectiveness, all at an elite level.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies, forcing a lot of turnovers.
On the floor for Denver as we get going here in the second quarter. We've got Monte Morris. Rivers out there to Michael Green. Then there's Paul Millsap.
The sheer strength of Cantor really coming through there. Throws it down with intent.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Campazzo. And foul on the shot. Shoot 2x the free throw line. That's on Ennis Cantor. Denver shooting their first free throws of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Robert Covington comes in for Zach Collins. Norman Biles checked in for McCollum.
Easy 3.
Subbed in for Anthony Simon. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Yeah, I think the scouting report says you got to chase him off the 3-point line. Done a good job defensively there, but a great job by Lillard to knock it down.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's the lob to Lillard. Got a piece of it. Jokic with the steal. Millsap left side. Trains it from beyond the arc. Millsap's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Super job by Millsap to release the shot as soon as he gets the ball there. No time for the D to catch up.
Lillard from outside. Porter pulls it in. The Nuggets trail by 3. And look looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers.
Showtime.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Jokic inside. Working on Nurkic. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Jokic.
And a story about Jamal Murray. He was doing two-a-days for Team Canada, and the coach wanted him to rest, so he confiscates his sneakers. Came back and found him.
Showtime!
They might want to check his web browser because I believe he did a search for locked picks because they put bars on the door to keep him out of the gym, and he still might try to find a way in.
He dishes it to Anthony. Lillard scanning the floor. To the middle. Here's Powell. Good. Great play by Lillard to set up. Powell's got the lead up to 7 now for Portland.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Martin passes to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic with the steal. Lillard against Murray. And the dunk by Covington.
You see Damian Lillard take a more proactive approach to getting his teammates involved here in this one.
The Nuggets trail by 9. Murray with the bounce pass. Here's Jokic outside for Murray. Out left to the wing. Outside Porter. Here's Jokic. Traps in the tray. Jokic just got 11.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
Three-pointer, Lillard drains the three-pointer. Lillard's got the lead.
That's what I said.
For the Trailblazers.
And that's what I want.
He hasn't done anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Dennis Cantor's checked in for Nurkic. Collins comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jermichael Green is checked in for Millsap. Aaron Gordon comes in for Michael Porter. Austin Rivers, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Morris subbed in for Murray.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Here's Simons, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Cantor.
That's easy too.
One doesn't go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Jokic finds Morris. Back to Jokic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Well, his body control is phenomenal, and his ability to get to the line has always been impressive. That's a huge part of his game.
And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center.
Gordon against Powell. Lobs it up for Cantor. Stolen.
Mga yung Cantor nga.
Pass to Jokic. No good. Shot missing. Collins with some nice D. Here's Morris. And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside. Quick off his feet.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny Smith, and Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 13 points. Dame Lillard.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half.
There's been a lot of talk about Michael Porter Jr. and the way that he plays and how athletic he is. How's he doing that on the vegan diet? For some, it works well.
Lillard attacking, and Lillard throws it down.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort was not there.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. It may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Now McCollum. Out to the right wing. Lillard against Barton. Hit the team.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. 6-point game. Jokic kicks to Barton. Wide open look here for Murray. No good on the triple. And for Portland, their shooting has been wild. 76%. That's just unbelievable. Down low, here's Lillard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call it a shooting foul. That one on Porter. If you go a step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this area at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that, more than anything, allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display.
Nice D.
Want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Porter. Anthony with the defensive effort.
Talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Count it.
When Nurkic goes across the lane there, hard to get him out of the way, and he collects the offensive rebound.
Denver's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Will it go? Porter. Portland grabs the miss.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight.
Got it.
The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Changing his quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Cantor checked in for Portland. And Bernie Simons comes in for Damian Lillard. Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The kick out to Barton. And again, Denver.
Nice D.
All the energy is on the other side right now. Every miss just makes it worse.
The other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Collins checked in for the TRAILBLAZERS. Denver also making some changes. Green comes in for Will Barton, and Morris subbed in for Murray. Now here's Gordon. Over to the wing. 5 on the clock. Here's Simons. No points in the game yet for him. Anthony down low.
Anthony, bay.
And stolen by Gordon. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Morris with the ball. And Green slams it in.
And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by the Trailblazers.
Green against McCollum. 1:19 left in the third. On baseline, Jay. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Nuggets trail by 11. Here's Morris.
Nice D.
Covington. Now here's McCollum. He has 5. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And he gets it back. And it's good. 2 points. Trailblazers leading by 9.
Scorta vega. Vamos.
McCollum outside. Passes to Simons. Covington against Millsap. Here's Collins. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Just so much activity from John Collins as a stretch 5 at times, hard to track around the floor.
First free throw is good. So for the Trailblazers, use of Nurkic. He's checked in for McCollum. And it's Powell in for Carmelo Anthony.
Impeccable hook from the line since halftime.
Now here is Morris. Jokic with it. Jokic draws the double. Inside, here's Morris. And
that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Simons. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
That is Nurkic's
nice
game
assist.
right there. Those are the kinds of shots he's expected to make on a regular basis.
Near the three-point line, it's Morris, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. They're leading 11 points to end the quarter. Shooting the ball so well in this one, a great performance from the field. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Showtime.
We reach the fourth quarter of a game that may be already out of hand. A moment now to reset the lamps. Back to us by Gatorade, all queued up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the Nuggets. They've got Michael Porter. Morris is out there with Rivers. Then it's Aaron Gordon. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Jokic. Pass to Morris. Jacks up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Showtime.
Lillard attacking, and he uses the glass on the lane. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
To the inside. Porter. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And Porter's height and length around the basket is going to help him create opportunities to score.
Showtime.
And then Lillard sees it in.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
In that true GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard.
Oh, yeah. His teammates love that one. I'm sure he's going to hear about it when he gets to the huddle.
Time call here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Well, I hope this one is not the draw up a play, but think about how they're going to defend that man. He's putting up some major numbers.
A different look for Denver. Will Barton comes in for Austin Rivers. And Murray subbed in for Monte Moore. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Whether we're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
Thank you, David. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. Trailing by 13. And there's the beat to Gordon. good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 3 assists in the game.
Now, sometimes there's passes, and then there's precision passes. Murray was one of those there.
Here's Simons. Here's Lillard. Open jump shot off the mark.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Now here's Murray. And there's the pass to Jokic. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And a deep three from Lillard. TRAILBLAZERS, another three.
Well, for a guy who used to be more proficient in the half-court game, Lillard's showing that nowadays he's just as dominant in transition.
Lillard against Murray. Here's Jokic. Martin trying to get open. He gets that one. 18 points for Jokic.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeouts to kind of let them catch their breath.
And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And here's Jokic. After Damian Lillard was able to get the 3 to go. And the 3 ball is good. Murray's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Powell against Porter. And the dunk by Powell.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
The Nuggets trail by 14. To the paint. Nurkic with the steal. Pass to Lillard. And a little over
Showtime
in the books so far here in the 4th.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close.
Time.
You really got to give it up here for the Trailblazers.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Damian Lillard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Albert, after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Porter dishes to Murray. Shoots over Powell. Rebound by Nurkic. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Passes it to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. Rebound by the Nuggets. In the corner, Murray with it. Here's Porter, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, Porter working very hard to keep the play alive and come up with some point production.
And so here's Portland. They lead by 11. Here's Simons. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks.